Army Hammer, if you're watching this, can you call me?
Cat wants you to eat a little part of her rib.
I want you to take my arm and just like put it in my
nibble on
mouth.
it. You loved angel dust.
I would just be like the dust would kick in and I would just go. And let me just say though, I am 72 days sober as we take the applause break.
You are a fucking...
Sorry.
She's sober, we swear. Welcome to my happy place. It's a little softer and like a little more playful, but still edgy. I'm really happy and grateful with where I am today. It's the Leah McSweeney Show. Welcome back to Addicted with Leah McSweeney. I have New York Times bestselling author, beauty guru, graffiti writer, wrangler, sober queen, Cat Marnell.
Shout out to Remo. Shout out Rob, A-Life, the Murph. Shout out to
Patch, Min, Surf.
Rest in peace, Same. Rest in peace, no. Yeah, that's
rest in peace, Poke.
Blue Jam.
Shout out Lori Lowe.
Yeah, shout out.
Do you know Lori Lowe?
Yeah.
I heard she just got hit by a train or something. She fell into the tracks, but she's okay. I need to text her.
Gee whiz.
I know.
It's unfortunate. I mean,
it's
That is sad.
Kat, we've known each other for.
I'm so happy. Yeah, we've known each other for a long time.
Yeah,
and
we had our joint 30th birthdays.
The
Dirty 30. We're both Virgos.
Yeah, and we're both real Virgo. I don't necessarily believe in astrology, but then I read about Virgos and I'm like, that is me.
Wait, what's your rising sign?
I haven't done that.
You have to figure that out because that's really important. Because I'm like a Libra rising and a Sag moon, and I feel like those are very pertinent to my personality. I'm not sure exactly how, but it makes the difference. So you need to do that.
When I read my Susan Miller every month, it's all career, and that is my life. Like once every 16 months, I get something with like romance, or we read it, like, and you're just like, but that it's just interesting. And then sometimes the stuff has been so spot on that I can't help but believe in it.
I know, it's weird.
How could we be determined by the moon?
But like that also makes so much sense that we could be determined. Yes, like where the planets are when we're born, like. That
if
also makes
Camille
sense.
Paglia believes in astrology, so it's okay with me.
Wait, does she?
Yeah.
Oh, then we believe
she doesn't
in it.
even know why. She's like, I know it's stupid. She's like, but I believe in it.
We absolutely believe in it.
Wait, so I'm wearing a jumpsuit.
Okay, let's talk about your look, because when I first told you I wanted you to come on the podcast, you said you were going to dress. You're dressing differently. You're dressing.
I'm trying to dress more professionally.
Okay.
I am a dopamine I'm a dopamine shopper, which means I've read about this in Tatler magazine.
Okay.
Shout out to Tatler, where I steal all of my fun. They have all of their writers, especially when it was just the print magazine back in the day. Like they just, how English people just speak better than us. The way Russell Brand got famous because he's such a good talker. Like that's how they write in that. But it's all like, so the dopamine dressing. It's like when you buy like tangerine, marabou feather shit, and then you get to your closet and it's all like contrasting, clashing primary colors and stuff like that. And then I have no basics. I'm trying to be more professional.
You don't want to do the smudge lipstick anymore.
I know. I loved that.
That was a great era for you.
That was real too.
No, I
would
know.
just be like the dust would kick in and I would just go.
You loved angel dust.
I loved it.
Oh my God,
still
so did
like
I.
it. It sounds like a beauty product. My drugs of choice.
Yeah, go on.
Were Adderall and angel dust, which is such a crazy combination because they won't kill you. They'll just make you bonkers.
Insane. Yeah.
Like bonkers.
Would you do them together?
Oh, well, I was always on Adderall.
Always, right? Yeah, that was
Adderall was a hard drug for me. And
it's amazing that you're off of it now.
Well, I got off of Adderall several years ago. I did have a brief relapse on it in Mykonos of this year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, of last year. When
Mykonos,
I was taking it to stay up at the club. It was just everywhere.
Yeah.
And I was just like, fine. Like I was hanging out with all these people 10 years younger than me. And it was like my wild. I was like, I'm going to Mykonos. I'm 39.
I remember when you went.
Yeah. Yes. And then I took some and I was like, oh, and it's real good. I mean, it's like, it makes you're not hungry. You feel immediately skinny. But like, I don't want to be skinny and not hungry anymore.
For some reason, I liked speed, but I know it's the same thing as Adderall. But at the same time, when I would take Adderall, it would make me nauseous and put me in a horrible mood and I couldn't speak.
Oh, that was my whole life. That's why it's a real ADHD medication. Like that's why.
But do you have ADHD? Do you think?
Yeah, probably. I think that's possibly the reason that I've been to like 75 countries. Like I was going to
ask you. That's on my notes to ask you
restless legs.
Okay.
Like, and let me just say though, I am 72 days sober as we take the applause break. This is some real recovery stuff that I do want to talk about recovery. It's really different than sobriety. And like, but we'll talk about that. But what was I? See, I'm all over the place. But
you were saying that your drugs of choice were Adderall and angel dust
during this peak time. But of course, I've done when you're a garbage person, when you are using and just like, I don't even like heroin, and I've overdosed on heroin and been taken out on a gurney across some Spring Street Natural.
Did you shoot it or did you sniff
I
it?
skim popped it, baby, right in the leg.
Oh wow! See, I've
and then
it,
boom,
out. I never popped anything. I never shot up anything.
I didn't do it that much either, but it just goes to show, like, when you're already
YOLO.
And this is when I was like living in Tribeca. I had like a loft like 4 times the size of this, like with David Blaine next door. I was messing around.
That was when you
my
had your
roughest
big check from.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
So that's actually what my next book is about. I mean, it's about the fictional character that happens to.
Tell us about can you say anything about the book that you're writing?
Well, yeah, because I'll tell you what. I'm the only writer who goes around talking about books where I don't have a deal for them.
I know, it's kind of amazing.
Well, I just know I'm going to do it.
Of course.
But I'm trying now. This is my new strategy. I'm trying to write like a mid rough draft. Like I'm saying mid, like the slang, like not
how my
good.
daughter uses it.
Yeah,
it's mid.
Yeah. I'm trying to write mid, like crank them out. My agent always would be like, "Crank it out, just crank it out," and I'd be like, like because I'm privately. I have an artistic temperament. I don't show it to people because I don't want anyone to know that I take myself seriously, but I do try.
Cat, first of all, it's not that about you taking yourself seriously. You are a fucking...
Sorry.
She's sober, we swear. You are an...
God forbid. I have just a little skin out. Like my
Take it out.
photos.
Okay. But Kat, you
can't be in this. It's like wearing a full body jean jacket. I feel like I'm having a conniption. Okay,
I knew that us looking at ourselves was not.
No, I'm not.
You're staring at yourself.
I'm only adjusting. Okay, now I'm talking about sobriety.
I'm trying to give you your flowers.
Oh, right.
You are an acclaimed author. Everyone knows what an artist you are. You are an eccentric, eclectic, true artist.
It's time for a new book.
It's not about taking yourself seriously. It's just about who you are innately.
Thank you. Yeah, it's time for a new book. My author photographer every year.
Yes.
Like Christos. You know Christos.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Puts up, he's like 5 years since this like picture. And it's like, I like that blue wig one. And he's like, and then just recently he's like 6 years. And I was like, I never, and it's always on Instagram stories. And I never put it on my stories. Cause I'm like, you know what? Authors don't really celebrate like that when it's been 6 years since their book. It's like, oh
my God. Having a book is like not like you told me this when I had released mine. You're like, it's really anticlimactic. Like you put it out and like that's it. Like you're most likely like I guess unless you're an author who's then it's turning into a giant movie or something, which is rare. But even if you're like a New York Times bestselling author, which you are, it's anticlimactic.
Well, it's a slow burn because I still get messages every single day. People take a long time to find books, and people have them forever and don't read them. What I like most thing I'm most proud of is that like when I read my Amazon reviews, so many people are like, I stayed up all night reading this. Like I couldn't put this down. And like, that's my skill. That's my skill. That's my like, I obsessively, I think I've told you, my chapters are all the exact same amount of words. Like I did crazy ass Virgo stuff, like just for pace, like for pacing. Like I wanted it to be things that people don't know about to like really keep it moving. Like I never...
Give us some of your secrets.
Yeah, you have to kill your darlings.
Okay, give them to me.
Well,
because you know I'm writing a...
You have to enjoy your own work because you're going to sit with it for a long time. And so like I went back in and did tons of like goofy humor, like the worst jokes. But if you're making yourself laugh when you write, like humor, like when in doubt, go with humor. It's harder to give back. Like people will like you more and you can just sit with it. Like, but I mean, my old boss at Lucky used to tell me whenever I laughed, she'd be like, okay, I know you're going to write something good. Because I would be like cackling at my desk because you get bored writing beauty or doing whatever. Yeah. She always would cut my stuff. You can't run it in the magazines. Anyway, can I show you? But yeah, writing is amazing. And I'm really grateful to get to do it. And my new book is going to be fiction.
Yep.
But it is, I guess, auto-fiction.
Like The Shards.
Yeah. Well, which I went to the event, but I have a signed first edition.
And we're talking about Bret Easton Ellis's new book, The Shards. I just got it. I cannot wait to fucking read it. He's
and then
epic.
His friend James Fry told me to change Just so he's like, just write your life and just change the stuff. He's like, if there's like a writer, make him a painter.
And James Fry, for anyone who doesn't know,
author of
pieces, right? Who
our friend,
right? Who also got slammed, but wrote an amazing book. And if he had just said that it was, yes,
it's because it was so good and it was like chosen by Oprah and people like loved it. It's really like
it was a. I remember. I think I was in rehab when I read that. Or
I just read it actually. It's like amazing.
Incredible.
It's so good. It's just like him, whatever. But
he was canceled before cancel culture even existed. Yeah. He was the original like guy that got canceled,
and now he's like a boss. He went on to write so many more books that are so good. Like this most recent one is called Katerina.
Okay,
and it's like
I'm gonna check it out.
A like erotic like looping thing. He's like fucking this model in Paris, like this redhead, and that's nice. Anyway. But
anyway, you're writing your book. You're gonna get a huge.
Does Andrew Schultz have a studio in this building?
Well, no.
Shout out to Andrew Schultz and the Flagrant podcast. I'm obsessed with them. Are you friends with them?
Yes,
I fucking love them.
Aren't they great? He used to record out of here, I think.
He has his own.
Now he has his.
Okay,
own
I just want to say that I'm looking in the thing, but it's only to adjust my hair.
You look beautiful. You look like a doll as usual. You always look like a doll. And your eye makeup looks great, even though you know that one photo of you is my favorite where you have the red lips and you have no
nothing.
Makeup.
I know. I put that up.
You have no. I know. It's the most. Wait,
and then I have a big neck rash.
Hold on. I have to talk to you about your recent Instagram photo you posted.
I did.
It was like. It was out of character for you, but at the same time not, because you're obviously like very sexual and very beautiful and all of that. But you had a picture of you in a little see-through purple bra and you put a little star over your nipple and you had a carousel of images and it said single.
Yeah, I just went for it. I'm sober. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God. Like,
Are you horny now? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I was always horny, but like sober horny is different.
It's different.
Like sometimes I'm like, should I just like walk to Lucian and like take home like
yeah, who? Who are you taking home from Lucian?
Someone I've probably already slept with. I've been in New York a long time. Yeah, but I put up those pictures to basically thirst trap. I caught Riff Raff again.
Oh, tell us.
Which I haven't talked to him in a few years. I love that. He's so talented and smart. Jody High Roller, part-time King Tut.
And you had a relationship with him.
We had a sexual.
But
I was in his video. Like he didn't. That was when I was like first getting known, like 2012, that whole like period. He didn't even know who I was, but like after like then I was in his video and the press like reported on it. Like Bucky
oh my God,
Animal New York reported on it.
I remember this.
And then he was like, oh, this chick is like someone in New York. And then whenever he would tour, he would
How did you meet him though?
I went to interview him and give him the Proust questionnaire, okay, I remember at a hotel in Midtown.
Okay.
And then I wound up sleeping with him at that time.
I remember.
It was one of the few. This is like why I'm happy to be sober and I put up those thirst trap pics because I'm actually not wild. I think like once I start sleeping with someone, then it's like it's all in. I send you
vagina pics.
Lots.
Love notes.
Yeah,
poems.
Not love notes. Erotic content.
Erotic content. Okay, cool.
And I'm very, very. I like porn. I like everything.
Does Riff Raff have a nice dick?
He's hot.
I
wouldn't say that I actually remember his dick.
I feel like he has,
but for sure,
he has big dick energy, and I can just imagine
he's
having
hot.
a big ass dick.
He's like he works. I was just texting with him yesterday. He was like running. He's down. He's like, come to Florida. I'm like, because I'm about to travel. I'm telling you, like he's fucking healthy. He goes for runs in the morning. He has his dogs. He's like mad focused. He's opening a clothing store, like a Riff Raff. Like, and he came out with a book of poetry. Like his writing is so fucking good. Like, did all this stuff. He's like,
so is it a persona?
Lemon lasagna or like whatever he says. Neon.
But is that him or is it it's a persona, Riff Raff, right? Or is it like, how is he like?
He's super kind and tired. Like whenever I was around him, he was just like on tour. Like, or you know how rappers are. Like indie rappers, they're all. I was used to it from Team Facelift and Sam and Josh and all of them.
Of course.
Just they're recording videos all the time.
Yeah.
So it's like getting their boys together with the cameras and the creative thing and whatever girls are getting picked up and the cinematic thing. And that gets done at like 4 a.m. and they have the show the next night.
They don't sleep.
He was staying in like weird hotels. Like I would go hook up with him at like, like in that hotel, like whatever it is in the plant district on like 27th Street. There's like weird hotels scattered in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
giraffe. Yeah, like weird places like that.
Weird
like
hotels. I know.
He's amazing.
Okay, that's cool. So maybe you're gonna.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go hang out with him because
love it. Okay, so
I just respect him.
The thirst trap picture worked though. Did anyone else slide into your DMs?
Yeah. like Damien Hirst's trainer.
I love this.
I follow. So Damien Hirst has the artist Damien Hirst. You know, I mean, did the Drake album and
he did
everything.
I mean, yeah,
I'm a Damien Hirst.
He like has all the animals in formaldehyde.
Yeah, and the
stuff.
the shark and the pharmacy, all these. And actually, just went to his at the Palms in Vegas. There's a new Damien Hirst bar.
That's right. I
but
saw that.
I was like swarmed by mole people on the walk over, so I was scared I didn't hang out. So Damien Hirst has this hot girlfriend who I follow because I'm always, I like the wags. I like the wives and girlfriends
of the art
of anyone in the world. Like
they're living their best lives.
Yeah, and also you get to see the real life because like the man, the big time the billionaire dude,
they're not
Steph
posting
Curry.
shit.
Yeah, it's so corporate. So then you go and like Damien Hirst's girlfriend just does yoga and works out every day, and it's all in their sick house. Like I guess they live in Soho in London, I think, and that's the neighborhood. But yeah, so it's all and so then there's this trainer, and he trains Maya Jama, who's my other obsession.
Who?
Maya Jama. So she's English. She was engaged to Ben Simmons, the kind of infamous. Yeah, she's a fucking babe. Your producer's nodding here. She's
I'm
like,
have to look her up.
She trains two of the best people ever, and then he also trains Dave. But he sent me a dick pic yesterday, like a big erection. He's like, "This is," and I sent him the unedited pictures, which by the way were for someone else. And then at the last, like I had taken those pictures. Then I'm like, I'm just gonna put these up. I was like, I'm not sending them.
I was so happy with seeing
because
those.
I went on your account. I went on Julia Fox. I went on Rachel Rabbit White's. I'm like, every single one of my friends' underwear pictures. You had that like nice strong one.
Oh yeah.
But I was like, it's because I worked at Condé Nast. Like
Condé Nasty.
You can't even show your belly button. Like back when I was at XO Jane, she was like trying to make me show my belly for something, and I refused. I love
You're
Jane
like Anna Wintour's watching.
Always.
Always. Constantly.
Anna Wintour like would make you, if you work at Vogue, you have to like cut your hair short. Like all the beauty department would go to Guyana and get this like bob.
Oh my God.
That's why and the tea with that is like her dream woman at the time was Renee Zellweger was like Anna Wintour's obsession, like the ultimate woman. So she wanted everyone to look and dress like Renee Zellweger. Like
that was like before her like eye surgery.
Yeah. Speaking of surgery. So you're going to the Madonna concert.
Oh my! Yeah,
I didn't buy those tickets. I've been to every. Sorry, I'm looking at myself again. I've been to every bad Madonna concert. Hard Candy, like my sugar is raw. I went to Rebel Heart. I went to just like the worst of the worst, and I've seen her play the ukulele.
Really?
To Sean Penn, like True Blue.
Wait, today I just like went on Instagram and I was like, fuck you. If you're slandering Madonna, let her do what she wants to her face and her ass and her pussy, and she wants to fuck a 20-year-old. Let her. She's given us everything. She's given us so much. I don't care. That woman can do whatever she wants. She's fucking Madonna. What
Madonna's
have you done with your life?
dope.
She's like so dope.
She's so dope. She's so dope. I will say, like, I don't actually like talking about people's appearances. Like,
me neither.
I really don't. But I will say something. Like, we've all gotten things done. Fillers are scary. And fillers are scary when you only have $700 and you spend like, and you're like, whoa. Like, I've done that. Like, one time I got some bad, like, I remember I got my lower lip. This like last year. And I was never allowed to do anything to my lower lip. And then my guy wasn't there. And so I saw his assistant. And then my lower lip blew up in such a way that it threw off proportion to my face for like 8 months in a way that I didn't like take a selfie or anything for like 8. I should have.
You need to not touch. You have a perfect face. You need to not touch. You have one of those like.
I want to get Zoom one.
Wait, what is your? Because you have like an Eastern European Russian doll.
I am Slovakian.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
German, Irish, English, and Italian. The Marnell's Marinelli. But my I was like, Dad, where are we from? Italy. He's like, the worst place. Never go there. I was like, fun.
Oh my God, he hates it.
And then my grandmother was born in Bratislava. And then
what the hell is that? I've never even heard of that.
Capital of Slovakia, baby.
Bratislava.
Party. You want to party? I was in a youth hostel there once, and I thought people were like shooting up. And I was like, these like Slovakian teens are wild. But then they were only doing tattoos. You have tattoos?
I have some tattoos.
I have none.
Yeah. Well, now you haven't gotten them, so don't even. You're just pure and perfect, and you don't need tattoos or fillers. But of course, if you want them, get them done.
Fillers are scary. Back to Madonna, like that is a scary thing. And
but you know
her dermatologist died, Dr. Brandt. Rest in peace.
Right,
horrible story. Right. Hung himself. That was her dude.
Yes.
Who knows? I don't know. She's saying everyone went to Pat Wexler after her.
She's just doing what she wants to do. You know what I mean? But hold on. I want to talk to you about your sobriety.
Oh yeah, my recovery.
Your recovery.
It's more than sobriety.
Correct.
It's recovery. And I'm 72 days, as I said, but really I'm in the meetings. I'm in the drug fellowship in particular. I go to both fellowships. You know, they say the drug and the alcohol fellowship. And the reason, if people are watching, like, there's the tradition of anonymity. The tradition of anonymity is the core principle. And so it's this thing of like, how much do you share about what it is? But I do know that I always admired people. You know how it is when you find out someone's sober and in 12-step recovery.
Yeah, it's cool.
You trust them more.
Yes.
You're this and that, and you keep that in your brain. It took me a long time. I'm 40, you know, we're the same age.
Yeah.
It took me a long time to decide to do this, and I did it for an upgrade of my life. Like, I was doing well. I did not walk in. My rock bottoms were my last rock bottom was several years ago, around the time my book coming out. All those, you might have seen me in those clown wigs in the New York Times. That was all Adderall based. I got off Adderall after that, but I still stayed on Vyvanse. I always tell people, like, if you want to get sober someday, switch now from Adderall to Vyvanse, which is a much less hard amphetamine, but still a real speed. You're not going to fucking, it's not like getting clean, you know, just switch. Adderall's bad. Adderall makes you nuts.
I just can't even.
But so, and now it's like I go to 2 meetings a day.
Do you really?
Oh yeah. Well, I just love them because they're.
Are you Zooming or are you going?
No, I can't. That's
You're
like,
going in person. Babe, why aren't you telling me? I need to come with you.
No, I know. It's because it gets me away from the computer is what I like the most.
Yeah,
like, because I work on the computer.
Exactly.
I'm a writer and I'm on screens. It's this, like, you walk in.
Are you going to drug fellowships every day?
I'm in the drug Well, I go to drug and alcohol fellowship.
But when you go to 2 a day, are they the same every day?
Oh, no.
Oh, you switch it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, like, on Tuesday for the Chinatown meeting, that's an AA meeting. I'm going to start going to that. And then
afterwards, to talk about this.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is all right. We need to just, So
sorry.
There is a rule, right? To like not like talk about the fellowship like in press media or whatever. But it's also like, I'm fucking sober and in recovery. And this is how I stay sober and in recovery. And I was someone who had like 9 years sober and relapsed, and it's on national television. Everyone can watch. And I had to get honest with myself about how I thought it was a good idea to start drinking after not drinking for 9 years. I stopped going to fucking meetings. Like, me personally. The other crazy thing is this. And there's all this sober curious movement, and it's like all over TikTok, and it's people who are like, I don't want to call myself an alcoholic because that's like negative. And I'm like, no. That's because you're making it negative. There's nothing. Is it negative to call yourself a diabetic? Because I was born an alcoholic from what I believe. You know what I mean? Like, I have a physical thing where if I have one drink, it's not going to end at one drink. I'm literally having 10 more and then sniffing God knows what and losing my bag and saying offensive shit to people, not remembering. And it's like a physical thing that I cannot change no matter what. So there's this weird thing where it's like people now are associating the word alcoholic or won't call themselves alcoholics, even though that's part of the thing you have to admit.
Yeah.
Right? You have to admit to then be able to change.
12-step for that program is like, I do not identify as an alcoholic in my deepest soul. Like, I know that I could swish. Like, I love wine. I know that I could have it right now. What using alcohol still does is take you out of eligibility for 12-step, which is such a great asset in my life. So I looked at it like that. And Alcoholics Anonymous is one of the great in New York. Like, I mean, all over the world, it's the best. Like, the meetings are the best. It's everywhere. It used to be the only drug, but it is a drug. And so it's all like the same.
But don't you think—
And I do identify. So I raise my hand and I say, I'm Cat, I'm an alcoholic and an addict. I add and an addict.
Me too. I say addict also because I went out on drugs before without drinking for years, Yeah. But don't you think that if you started drinking, you would then start sniffing shit?
Yeah. So the thing is, like, my active addiction was 25 years long. Like, I started on narcotics. I started earlier, but I first went on Ritalin when I was 15 and snorted the first one I ever had, and then was off to the races. So in that, over those 25 years, like, the countless times puking from alcohol over toilets, mixed alcohol with having 2 drinks and then doing ketamine. Like, that was,
oh my God,
that was 2 years ago at the party.
K and booze.
During COVID, like, I was doing that, and like, I was violently, I didn't know anything about ketamine, like all of that. But like, being in the alcohol program is one of the greatest things you can do. Like, it's because we all have abused alcohol so many times. It's just normal.
Yeah.
Like it's actually abnormal to like if you get drunk, it's kind of abusing it, and it's less.
Totally.
It's people. I drank less than other people because I started getting addicted to exercise. But for a while, I was very heavy. I used to go to when I would have a breakup.
So you were very heavy?
No.
You
What
did
did
just
I-
say that. I don't know why you said that because you're psychotic. But wait, tell me about like you said.
But I joined the drug fellowship because I found this one story in the NA book that said was about amphetamine, auditory hallucinations,
that's
imagining. That was really like for the paranoia, like for speed for me, it would come to that.
Were you hearing things and stuff?
I like, and definitely the seeing things in particular.
What were you seeing?
From
staying awake so much, or just from like or you were having like a drug-induced psychosis, do you think?
Lots of, I've had a lot of amphetamine psychosis. And the thing is that like I wrote about the time in my 20s where it was the worst because that was when I was getting the least sleep. And I had a job, I was getting up for jobs. And so I just literally, and also when you're younger, you don't put yourself to bed. Like,
yeah, like now it's
now
like,
we take care of ourselves.
No, we take, I mean, I also wanted to talk to you just about our like self-care and workouts and stuff, but I just want to go back because I'm still kind of, like you said, Steve-O does a good job at like
for the anonymity.
Yeah. So
because you don't want to represent the fellowship.
Not at all, because
when you
relapse, people are gonna be like, that shit doesn't work.
Yeah. So, but it is important. Like, I know that I think recovery is contagious. I know that I would keep my eyes on people, especially in New York. Like a lot of like the Iraq people, people I admired, or like people like Aaron, Leslie Arf, and I'm like blowing up people's spots, but they've been open about this, and you know that like the best people are like in sober in recovery, and so many people, and you look up to them in a way.
Yeah.
Like when you're an addict, you do look up to them, and like there are times everyone tries to get through to you, but like. Yeah. You walk away from that pretty fast if you're the in person in recovery, because I mean, like Leslie used to try to help me. Aaron would be like, "You ready to flip the switch?" And I'd be like, "Maybe," no.
Sorry
like,
that I never said anything to you.
No,
really.
I don't.
We were just because my thing is also
you would party sober in the best way. You were in the clubs. You were fucking
was
the boom boom room, like raging. All the pictures of you're dead sober, and that's that's who I'm gonna be.
I mean, I was like that. I can't do that anymore. I was younger. I mean, I stopped drinking at 27. I wasn't ready to. My whole life was clubs and going out, and I wasn't. And then also with Married to the Mob, like, and being in that world and being in New York, it was like I wasn't ready to like stop partying and giving up that part of myself, So I kept doing it while sober. But now it's like, I go to bed at like 10:30, and I
was in bed at 9 last night, and I fell asleep. Oh yeah, weightlifting.
So
I love Barry's boot camp.
Yeah, you're a big Barry's girl. I love it.
I just love that. I love that red room. Anyone doesn't know?
I've never done it before.
You've never? You do. It's HIIT. So it's tread floor. Do you run?
Yeah.
Oh, then you could do it in a second. It's very exhilarating. It's like, and so Monday is arms and abs. Tuesday is lower. I don't usually, I was scared to build up my lower body for a long time. But now I'm like, I want an ass. I'm sober. And
I'm sober. Now I want an ass.
Yeah. But I love to exercise, and then I mix it up. So I do at home. I do Pilates stuff. Like I actually should get it. I need one gym day. I need to go in and do like pull.
Yeah.
Like I need big machines just one day. I haven't done those in many years, and
it's so good.
Like I love that,
and it like burns calories for like.
But I love bands. I use like the Pilates ball and band. Like that stuff I used to think was ineffective, but. It's amazing because I use this woman, Kit Rich, who is Jennifer Lawrence's trainer.
Oh, cool.
And so she's on, and she also has a big deal with YouTube. So there's a lot, but I love equipment at home, like discs, all of that stuff, like Pilates style. I do the small muscle groups at home. And then I also just think I pay for Barry's because I love it. But like when the weather is nicer, I'm like, I just run Manhattan Bridge with that incline. It's like the perfect, even if you run half of it and then you come down.
The Manhattan Bridge is the best one.
And then you come home and you do dumbbell workout for 15 minutes. Like it's all about just, you don't have to work out for an hour. You just when I started doing 30-minute workouts, now I've gone back up, but that got me just like obsessed with it.
Well, it's better than nothing. Also, like if you're like not motivated, like just fucking go.
Anyone can
take
get
a 20-minute walk or something. You know what I mean? What are some things now that you're sober and in recovery, I should say?
Mm-hmm.
What are some like self-care things that you like have to do that make you feel better And because now you're really like taking care of yourself.
I do yoga in the morning for 10 minutes. And I do like, everything is from YouTube. So even I do it before coffee. So this chick, Ali Kemenova, is like a really hardcore person.
Okay.
It's like really hard yoga. It's like you're on your side plank because she's like, touch your toe. You know, she's Eastern European. Like all of these like Romanian women. Like I like everything Eastern European, like punishing facials, like instructor, you know.
Massages.
Yeah. Oh God.
It has to be a
Thai massage I used to get in rehab.
You're a little bit of a masochist.
I am. I'm a Virgo, aren't you?
So maybe
I've seen you pushing the fucking sleds. What's your place called?
I'm a total.
Leah's doing like the football, the NHL, the NFL workouts.
I'm a complete masochist. Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah. And
okay, so you do 10 minutes of yoga in the morning.
Yeah, and so I shower in the morning. I used to shower at night, and it's like just waking up now that I don't have amphetamine because it was gross. Like even when I was healthy, I was taking amphetamine to wake me up. I was like at 7:30, I would take it and then wake up at 8:30 and get up. Like that was pillhead behavior. And that was the only drug that I was on, but like because I didn't want it to keep me up too late.
So you would take it really early.
Yeah, but like taking a pill in bed, I was started like having contempt for it. Like looking at the pill bottle and then every 30 days having to do this song and dance again.
Oh my God. And to get, I know, just like call the psychiatrist and be like, I'm out. I know the whole thing.
And then the short, like I was just like, fuck this. And my plan was always, I was like, I can always go back. I'm just going to try 1 month. And I honestly, Leah, thought that I was at the end of a month, I was going to be like 20 pounds heavier. Or like,
yeah, you thought it was going to like
tire. I thought, and I was like,
you thought you couldn't live without it.
And it's been easy in ways I had no idea. I would have done this way early if I knew how easy it was going to be. And then the second I realized that I felt okay, which is about 3 days in, that's when I started going to meetings. So I'm like, oh, I want to keep this. And then meetings make your life better because you see all these people.
That makes me so happy.
I love the meetings. I love like, and what do you do if there's like a guy in the meeting that you think is cute? You're allowed to. It's fun. It makes it fun.
There's nothing so when I first got sober in 2009, I like immediately started sleeping with someone who like had 10 years sober. And it was
what I'm trying to do.
And it was a big, it was a really,
men and women.
It was a big scandal like in our little like group because like I was a newcomer and he had 10 years and I shouldn't have been sleeping with anyone I was getting 13 step. But I'm like, I'm 13 stepping him. Like if anything, I'm ruining his life in a way. Like I'll drag him down with me, which kind of like ended up happening. But I don't believe no one should be telling you not to date within a year or like anything like that. No. I just don't believe in that shit. It's like that's your personal business, and if you want to go fuck a bunch of people, just as long as you don't drink or do drugs, that's the only fucking
And with me,
thing.
Like part of like I felt myself coming out of my shell so much. Like that's part of the reason I put up those pictures. But like in recovery, like if a guy is checking me out, I never have done this in my life. When I feel the male gaze on me, I've been doing the like lifting my eyes and like meeting it. Ooh, like I never do that. I never do that. I hide. You know me. I hide. I run. I'm late. I think I'm late to everything and I run out of everything. Like something it's about like minimizing interaction. I don't know. I have to change that. It's going to be one of my defects. So I have a sponsor. But then I do have one crush on a guy in the room.
You do?
But he's like.
Okay, you'll tell me who after this.
Yeah, I have no idea who he is.
Oh, you just see him?
Yeah.
Okay, what does he look like?
He's like I don't know. He used to be a junkie, like everyone else.
Sounds really
like
hot.
Everyone else in the room. But he's older. I like older guys.
How old?
I don't know. He's older than me. He's
well,
50.
how much older do you like? Because I'm finding the older I get, the like younger I like with guys. Like I don't like dudes that are like salt and pepper, and like that's what I liked when I was younger, and now I'm like. Ew, like I don't want.
I like that, but then I never want people to say I have like daddy issues. First of all, I have no dad.
Oh my God,
daddy issues. Wait, like I have this. Is that a segue to Army Hammer?
No, it's not. But
to the BDSM community because I have some things to share.
Yeah,
poor Army being raked over the coals. Because he likes BDSM. Is there something wrong with calling a man daddy and having getting abducted on a bench in Sag Harbor? You know, wearing a sundress. No, this is maybe from my own experience.
Oh, your own. Okay.
Then lock us all up. BDSM is a thing, and the stuff that Army was doing in BDSM was nothing that he made up. It's very common. If you go on like FetLife and all the websites full of BDSM people, like BDSM is really cool because it's like that's why anyone can be hot in BDSM. Like you can just be not conventionally attracted to it because it's all fantasy and role play, and it's like you fill roles while you're doing it. So like the weirdest people get together in those BDSM pairings.
Oh
like,
yeah,
like
they do.
because you play a part. Like
Exactly.
the little like a person who's clearly not a little girl playing a little girl, and like the person who's clearly not a rapist playing a rapist.
I
like
just
that's
like,
what
but
it
I
is.
just like I like regular sex.
I like it all.
I don't need bells and whistles. I don't want to be put on a leash. Like I don't want to put you on a leash. I don't mind getting spanked once in a while, but it's like not serious. I'm not like, oh my God, I'm a bad girl, spank me. Like it's not like that. Like I just like the feeling, you know? You can get rough, whatever, but not like punch me in the face. Like I'm just not into all the extra shit, you know? For me, it's more like I want to get mind fucked. Like I need someone to intellectually, mentally, like I like that. And then it turns me on. And then I want to get physical. Do you know what I'm saying? But I just don't. But no, what I was going to say about your mommy issues thing is that you had a quote that I would say daddy issues are for amateurs.
Yeah.
Which is really
I have no
funny.
daddy issues. My dad is my dad. I'm his kid, okay? I'm not his daughter. Like, I'm not like daddy. like my dad actually bought me a necklace in Santa Fe recently, and I was like remembering the Gwen apology. He's like, Daddy bought me the necklace. And I was telling my dad about that. I'm like laughing. But it was this cool, like sparkly opal. Anyway, it's a long story. I love my dad. I travel with him. We like share.
Yeah, you
but,
guys
like,
are tight.
We read we read the same books. We have like a book club. You know what I mean? We're like normal dad, daughter, and I'm his kid. Like he doesn't like I do yoga around him and it makes him kind of uncomfortable, but that's the only.
My dad doesn't even like want me like in a bikini around him. He's like, please be more modest, be more modest. But I have crazy mommy issues. And I had a porn star friend tell me once that strippers have daddy issues, but porn stars have mommy issues.
Yes, that would make me a porn star.
Same.
Well, our moms are both therapists.
I know.
But my mom also, her big thing is she was anorexic, like fed through she had sexual anorexia when she was younger. And I've read her old diary, her like obsession.
You read her diary?
Yeah.
How?
They're at my grandma's house.
Oh my God.
So
that's such an invasion of privacy.
But my mom doesn't tell me shit. What am I supposed to know? I need to know. But like, I mean, my mom is like very threatened by the female form, and it made when I was young, like she doesn't wear anything feminine. Like our house had nothing feminine in it, like not
right. I know
pillows.
Even the
it was
even
like
the
it was
furniture.
so
was
yeah.
like,
It was and that shit's dope. I approve.
The only thing curvy was the baby grand piano.
Yeah, that's right. I like that. Because I still do that in my house. I can't stand anything. Like if I have to have a duvet cover, like I have a meltdown. I just want everything to look like a spaceship.
That's funny.
But it's very hard to find. My mom.
Our moms are therapists.
Yeah. My mom is like the 90s Prada sneaker of moms. Like sporty. I wouldn't want to wear it.
But what's your relationship like with your mom?
It's getting better. She's a bit she's a little. Our relationship is shallow sometimes, but
at least you have a relationship with your dad. That's good.
No, I'm going to LA with my mom. I'm going to freeze with her this week. I'm gonna walk around the fucking art fair. No, she's amazing. She helps me out. If anything, she's enabled my ADHD in a lot of ways. Like she's always the mom who will get things in the mail for me. She'll call like health insurance for me. Like,
my mom does that too.
Yeah, she does all of that.
I don't ask her to do that shit anymore,
I adore my mother.
Yeah.
I love my mom. She's my friend. But growing up, it was like, she wasn't a Madonna type.
Right. No, same.
The Virgin Madonna or whatever.
Yeah. So you know what's really, I keep seeing these, just to bring it back to ADHD medication one more time, because I keep seeing these fucking ads on Instagram that are just like, if you probably have ADHD and need something, so call this number. I'm like, wait, this is
nasty.
You're
business.
just pushing fucking.
I'm looking at myself.
You're pushing drugs. It's fine. You're pushing drugs on people that might not even need it.
That is a nasty.
And
business.
I'm not like anti-meds at all. But I will say that if I ever get super depressed again, like I was last year, I'm not taking any more psych meds. I'm doing ketamine drips.
You think?
Oh, without a doubt. I'm never taking another.
What about ayahuasca? I was about to.
I would never do ayahuasca. I'm not.
But all the rich people are doing it. Like
that's fine.
Chris Rock.
They can have fun. First of all, I've gone to the other levels, the other dimensions. I've been to the fourth dimension of the universe. I went to purgatory. I saw the dead people. I had angel wings. That's why.
Was this in your book? I don't think I saw this part.
I don't even know. I'm like over that book. I can't wait to write a new one.
New books.
I've already been to purgatory. I already went to the fourth dimension of the universe on lots of different drugs. I'm in recovery. I go to therapy. The only thing that I would do is ketamine drips if I ever had another major depressive episode again, which happened to me a year ago. Then I would do it.
And that shit is real. It's a biological event, and there's nothing you can do like except wait it out sometimes. Like, and then live your life to the maximum when you're feeling well, because that's not going to last. Like, that's something I came to accept.
That's what I'm doing
Like,
right now.
And that's what I am learning about sobriety and recovery, that like things that I thought were about drugs. Like the other day, I went to Anna Delvey's house, and I definitely had a hangover the next day, despite not drinking.
Isn't
and I was
it
like,
crazy?
You have I'm like, but I'm like, I'm hungover. I was there on my couch, just like,
wait,
I was like taking pictures of myself.
Wait, can you tell us about, I know you sign NDAs, but we kind of
I don't think I signed mine. I don't think, well, no, I don't think I sent it back.
Let's talk about Anna Delvey's, like,
Anna Delvey's
her apartment is now like a club.
You're not
going
to
a reality show.
Why would she sue me when I only have nice things to
she would
say?
never, she would never sue you.
I don't know if I signed the NDA.
Well, you can give us some little tidbits. I mean, nothing
She's
that
tall, like a model.
Oh, really?
She stooped down for every photo, and she's wearing fab platforms. She's so nice. She said that she read my book in prison.
Oh my God.
She said other people were reading there. I was like, oh my God. But I like,
how cool.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm about to get some H&I.
guys
What does that mean again?
What's H&I?
Hospitals and institutions.
Oh my God, that's right. Someone just told me that a couple days ago.
Leah and I are going to the jails with our books.
We're
with all of our books that were over. We need new books.
We're
going to give all of our old books to people in the jail.
Yes.
And you guys you're welcome.
Here we are doing things for the people. Anna Delvey. How did you become friends with her?
I didn't. I just she
or how
wants
did you
to
end
be
up
friends
at the
with me.
house, her house?
I got invited by some kids slid into my DMs. One of the hip young kids in this town. There are many of them. Like there's these young,
like the
small white
type,
people.
Like
yeah, they all look a little like some of them look like Brian Kroberger, the Idaho killer.
Oh my God.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Yeah. Oh
Sorry, I should have made a joke about him. But a lot of that's what I thought. But anyway, I got invited to this event.
If we need to.
Well,
now
is my jumpsuit coming open?
I mean, he kind of looks like a hipster. Like he kind of looks like every other dude. No, he's the worst piece of shit ever, obviously. What a fucking psychopath.
And fuck Netflix and all this Jeffrey Dahmer stuff, too. I was very offended by it.
Okay, stop. Now,
all right, fine.
No, we have
anything
to,
leave. By the way, I am one of the, this is why I'm horrible on podcasts, because I'm such a sheep. I have no hot takes, and anything my female friends tell me to think, I then change my mind.
Stop. No, if you really were offended by the Jeffrey Dahmer thing, then you're allowed to think that, but I mean, it was hard to watch, especially when they talked about the victim who was deaf. I was crying hysterically during that whole scene or during that whole episode. And I understand, but it's a movie and it's art. And why aren't we allowed? I mean, do we fetish?
I have no convictions.
We fetishize like murder and murder documentaries, and there's murder podcasts that everyone listens to, which I used to and I stopped. But the Jeffrey Dahmer, there was a lot of things that I didn't know.
What about that like 15-year-old boy?
Oh my
God,
God,
his brain injected. Was that? I didn't watch the show. So I did. What I read was the Jeffrey Dahmer wiki after getting it in my head. Like, oh, maybe I'll revisit that. And then I read about every single thing, and I was like, they made a movie of this. I was like, this is so wrong. That
maybe it is wrong, and I'm wrong, Kat.
Maybe no one's wrong.
Maybe no one's wrong.
This is my thing on cancel culture and all this stuff. Like, I don't care about gender. Like, I'm not gonna believe all women. Like, I'm feeling out the good people versus the bad people.
Yes.
The honest people versus the
women
liars.
are just so much better than men. Like, of course not.
We all have fucking brothers, dads, sons.
Army Hammer is
and when there is a gray area, we're like, is it wrong? Is it not wrong? Like someone, Louis C.K., whoever, like
the Louis C.K.
you're like
was like definitely.
So like, if there's some gray area, like you want to look at their past with humanity and maybe be like someone like Louis, like doesn't really have a history of hurting people and like has always wanted to make art, and like he seems mad cranky, but like
I mean he's just a pervy creep who wants to jerk off in front of women, and he kind of asked them,
which is consent.
The whole thing. He asked them if he could. They said yes.
The argument,
and I understand
guess,
that there's like a power thing, but for me, it's like if someone was like, "Can I jerk off in front of you?" I'm gonna be like, "No."
So it is about
unless like I want you to.
There, but I do.
And look
think
what Pamela Anderson.
Counter argument to that really quickly is that, I guess, asking people to do it is sexual harassment. Like, be like, "Can I jerk off in front of you?" Someone, I'd be like,
"Yes." Okay, it's fucked up.
But there's two sides to it. I'm saying you can pick. I'm a huge Louis fan, so.
No, you're right. It's disgusting.
Louis was important for a long time to downtown New Yorkers, and maybe like the younger people don't get it. When that show first came, he's a downtown creative, and problematic downtown creatives are our wheelhouse.
They really
They're every single person in our phone for 20 years.
It's true.
But
really
anyway,
true. Well, there is.
I wouldn't die on a fucking hill for him either.
We have to wrap it up soon. But
what about Army?
But we could say that this super.
Can I just put out a message?
Yes.
Army Hammer,
ahead.
if you're watching this, can you call me? Because where's the camera? Army, I won't.
Right there.
I won't judge you. I get what you're doing.
Cat wants you to eat a little
you.
part of her rib and put it in a soup.
Grill up my rib. I want you to take my arm and just like put it in my
nibble
own
on
mouth.
it.
Yeah. Put it in your like anything.
Yeah.
I get it. But
you guys would make a cute couple.
He's so handsome.
Yeah. I feel like he might have fallen. I don't know how he looks now. I mean, he's been through a lot. He probably looks a little beat up, which maybe will make him hotter. I don't know.
I'm sure he's doing fine.
Nobody just came out and said that he was like he tried to kill himself in the Cayman Islands.
Get over it, Army. Grow up. I'm over it.
Grow a pair, okay?
Wait, did we cover all of our topics?
I mean, we probably have more, but we do have to go soon. Let's see.
I have an announcement. My party invites are going to the wrong email address, and the thing that Rob invited me to, and all I was like, I wonder why I wasn't invited to that.
To the Puma thing?
The Who's Who artist thing. And it was all in the wrong email address. So I'm not
Why aren't you in that fucking book? Are you in the book?
I don't know, but weren't you at the dinner?
I didn't go because I was at the Little Kim concert.
Oh.
Okay, last few minutes here. Do you have any beauty tips for anyone? Because you gave me the best beauty tip in the world, which was to use SPF, not the nose job thing.
I was like,
I won't go there. You told me to use SPF or sunscreen as like a pheromone because it makes men think of like the summertime and the beach.
Yeah, like cheap copper tone.
Yes, exactly.
Banana boat. You just dab that on certain places, like the brown bottle with like no SPF is a great smell. I always used to do that. I forgot about that. I need to get some. I'm a big believer in I like fresh, dewy things. I just got the Kai perfume.
Ooh, that stuff smells so good. I use the Kai bubble bath.
Oh, wait, I didn't even know there was one.
It's like
my
$60,
biggest tip, the
but it's worth it.
Jergens light to medium, and this is from Carol Radswell. That shit, the Jergens everyday
Tinsley
lotion,
told me about this.
$12 is so good, and you just slap it off the shower. It's the only self tanner. It doesn't smell like self tanner, so you can go like fuck a dude or a woman after, or trans,
or a non-binary person.
You can go get your pussy eaten after applying this, and you won't be like, oh, I smell like self tanner.
Perfect. And there you have it, guys. Thank you for listening. Kat, where can people
Call
find
me
you?
Army.
Where can people find you?
What's up, riffraff? What?
Where can people find you?
East Village, baby.
No, like Twitter, Instagram.
I'm a cat_Marnell, and I'm on Twitter coming out of my face, tweeting and deleting all night long.
Do you delete? You tweet and delete?
It's the worst Twitter. I mean, it's a great...
know, I'm not even on it, but maybe
I tweet about you a lot. I tweet like about my friends, and I'm like, everyone's doing so great because like you.
I have a burner account. I like your tweets sometimes.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm on my burner account on there. So, anyway, thanks for listening. See you next week, everybody.